Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing on this Monday, or I should say moon day, literally moon day? We have a new moon in Sagittarius, solar eclipse. Actually, as of this very moment, the moon has gone void of course. So that means it's not in any astrological sign until tonight. Then it'll be going into, I think, Capricorn. I can't remember off the top of my head. And I'm not a professional astrologer-y person, astrologistery. I don't know. Well, astrology is not my main thing. So hello, and welcome. What we have here are live readings. Sometimes I use cards, sometimes I don't. Cards are just a tool, and we can use them to enhance our intuition. So just a few rules here. There are usually more of you than there are of me. So please keep in mind that it'll pretty much be one question that I'll be taking from someone. So make sure your question is precise and laser focused. General questions that are just too general or too vague will not be answered, and I'll be moving on. And so that means you're using your opportunity with a really vague question. So we need super succinct. This is like, this is a live. I don't have time to do full-on readings and to sit here and take the time to use all of my extrasensory perception to answer your questions. So we got to go as quick as we can. Okay, so that's why I need laser focused questions. So if you ask a question that's too vague and I can't answer it or I pass on it, don't be offended. Just next week when you join us, because this is every Monday, you'll know to ask a more laser focused, more specific question. Also keep in mind that my feed doesn't keep up with you guys. So if I skip a question or I skip you, I'm not doing it on purpose. I can only go as fast as my feed goes. I am a human being. I'd love to think I'm more than mere mortal, but I'm not. So that means I make mistakes. I could be wrong. My timing isn't always right. And I could easily skip over you because the feed is going slower. So just don't take anything personally. Like in life, just don't take anything personal. There is such thing as divine timing. So if I don't answer your question now, I will get to your question at some point. Just keep showing up for the lives. Don't forget, this is still December. You can hear that screaming cockatoo. He really wants to come out and play, but not today. So we're still playing Spot the Change. We've had 2 winners so far. We have 2 more weeks left in December where you can win a free 15-minute psychic online session with me. All you got to do is make sure that you subscribe to the channel. In the video where the change takes place, you have to tell me when the change took place, what the change was, and you have to also make sure that you write in the phrase, "I'll see you on the flip side." So let's get to this. All right, here we go. Hi, Arzu. It's nice to see you. You're the first question that caught my eye here. We'll see if it's too vague. Hopefully I can answer it. Gosh, the feed's going so fast, you guys. I'm so sorry. Hey, Terrie, it's lovely to see you. Thank you, Arzu. My question is, I'm currently at a starting point in my career. Just finished my education. When do you think I'll get a job by? Thanks a lot. Okay, that's borderline too vague for this type of thing. When do I think you'll get a job by? So I think that there's actually an opportunity for you to get a job while you're in college. I think you're still in college. The question just keeps, the feed is moving faster. So I have to go back, which is really annoying. You just finished your education. Here's what I would do. I would get an internship. Even if it's not paid, because you are, because of this new place of where you're at, there's still this sense of not enough contacts being made. So when you do an internship, that's really when we really truly start our career. Just because we have a degree, so oftentimes people will start an internship before they finish university. They're actually starting their real job. So the internship is key. So get yourself an internship and you actually will be starting your career now. Okay, Arzu? There you go. Okay, here we go. Okay, L. Hi, Sophia. Hi, Michelle. Okay, L. Much love to you, Terrie. Thank you, L. Will I get into medical school through Madison, Wisconsin, Duluth, Minnesota, or neither? So are you asking me, are you going to attend either one of those? Because I don't feel like you're going to be going to medical school in either one of those. So I'm not really sure how your question is being phrased. That's what I'm interpreting. I'm interpreting, will you get into either Madison or Duluth or neither? And I feel like it's a neither. So there you go. Okay, Sartorius, hello. I sometimes struggle with working out consistently. You and me, sister. Is there a particular activity or workout style that would be best for me to keep me motivated long term? Motivated long term. It's a really good question. Because I almost feel like something that would be good for you, is in between cardio and weightlifting. So it's not exactly cardio and it's not exactly weightlifting. And I don't know if there's an actual name for it. I don't know if there's an actual name or term for it. But something that has both in it, but the thing is, like, when it comes to the weightlifting, I don't want you to, and I guess it really doesn't matter what I want. You have to really feel good and comfortable with it. But it feels to me like something where you can take it with you. Like, you don't have to go somewhere. So maybe barbells or something like that, like a traveling set or something like that. That's what that feels like. And so maybe maybe one of these online, well, I guess nowadays everything's pretty much online anyways. It's something, it's a cross between, and then the other thing that's coming up is like a Kundalini yoga, or what is that? Qigong, which is for your energy. But I know Qigong, like I've done Qigong and it makes me sweat, and I'm just doing the like movements. But again, it's like moving the energy. So you might want to look into that, but I don't feel like you have to go full on cardio, and I don't feel like you have to go full on weightlifting. There's something in between. And there's something about a video or an online course or something like a PX90 or something like that, where they're tracking like every day it's a new thing, but it's almost like you're part of a group. I don't know, how is this working? Like, am I stalling? Because it looks like I'm freezing on my computer. So hopefully that answers your question. Kimberly W, will I be hearing from the man I care about going into the new year? I don't feel like you're going to be hearing from him right away. I feel like there's a delay. He's in something, girl. He's in something that has nothing to do with you. Now, when I say in something, it doesn't necessarily mean a relationship, but I feel like he's going through something. So he needs to get himself sorted out before he can show up for you. So that's what it feels like. Timing wise, not sure when that's going to happen, but it does feel like there's a delay. See, because a part of me wants to say, I feel like you have an unrealistic expectation, but at the same time, I feel like I want to say you should have an expectation that it will happen. So I just feels like it's going to happen, just not when you want it to. So maybe you can stop putting a time frame like around when he's going to show up, and just be like open and ready for when he does show up. Hopefully that helps you. Okay. Annette Lamson. Hi, Annette. I don't think I've read for you before. Are me and my boyfriend compatible? Ew. The fact that you're even asking that question doesn't make me feel good. If you're questioning it, I gotta say that there's something, that's not right there. So what I would do if I were you is I would find out, why am I even asking this question? I would get really ugly honest with myself and just say, why am I even asking this question? Because if you're asking that question, something's not right. Okay. So I got to tell you, the fact that you're even asking it is just not intuitively sitting well with me. Okay. Alicia, hi, beautiful. Why, thank you. Will I be successful balancing education and having children? Yes, there's going to be a delay though, I feel. And that's just, the kid thing might infringe upon your flow of education. So just be like compassionate with yourself and like patient with yourself. You can make this happen. It's just that you're going to have to like not be so hard on yourself and beat yourself up if you have to take a semester off or even a year off. Okay. So I do feel and I sense that sort of happening. Okay. Okay, so music for life, like that's I just unfortunately I'm gonna have to skip over you because there's nothing specific that you're asking for. So I'm gonna get to people who have very specific answers, questions. And so if you come up with something that you want to ask next week, please feel free to do that. Okay. Okay, Ilza. This feed is all fucked up. Okay, Ilza Joe. I hope I'm not butchering your name. That's always a possibility. So please accept my apologies. Ilza Joe, will I buy a new house any soon? I'm assuming you're asking if it's going to be anytime soon. It does not feel. I do not feel like you're going to be buying a house anytime soon. Now, my definition of soon might be different than your definition of soon. So my definition of soon means or feels like 6 months from now. Okay. Or in 6 months. So I don't feel at least anything's going on for about 6 months. Okay. Cassidy Halpin. Hi, Cassidy. Will I be able to pay my tuition in January? Yes, I do feel like you will be able to pay your tuition in January. I feel like you're not going to feel good about it, but I do feel like you will ultimately be able to pay your tuition in January. Magic Moo Moo. Oh my God. How much do I love your name? Magic Moo Moo. Hi, Terrie. How will I do in my interview tomorrow? I like it. I like it. Don't forget to smile. That's coming through. Don't forget to smile. So just make sure that you're smiling. That's the information that's coming through for you, okay? Okay, Ashley Sigler. Hi, Ashley. Hi, Terrie. Well, hello. Will I work for myself within the next 4 years? Yeah, I feel that, but it's not going to be towards like later. My screen keeps freezing, you guys. I'm really sorry. I think my internet connection would be like really bad. The power went out this morning. So God, I'm so sorry if this is really fucked up. And you're hearing every other word. Ashley, yes, I do feel like, but it's not, I feel like it's not going to be towards the latter half. I feel like you're afraid. I get it. Having your own business is scary as fuck. There's always something that's unexpected that shows up, and there's always something else to be revealed, and it's scary. But if that's something you can just lean into, you're going to be fine. So I would just start the sooner the better, but just doesn't feel like it's really going to be happening towards like 4 years from now. All right. Okay, Abby Kochka. Now, I'm not doing mediumship readings, Abby, so just so you know that, I'm going to be answering this from my psychic perspective, okay? Hi, Terrie. My brother-in-law passed away when me and my husband started dating. Is he watching over our kids? My daughter will randomly mention him. Then I'm going to say yes, because if your daughter is randomly mentioning him, I'm going to say yes. Now, I am not doing any mediumship in these lives. It is a very challenging frequency to get into and maintain during lives for me. So I don't like to do mediumship in lives. So the answer is yes. Okay. Marie Galinas. I hope I'm not butchering your name. Hi, Terrie. I hope you are doing well. Why, thank you, Marie. Thank you. Last week, I learned during an ultrasound that my baby has some sort of urinary problem. I'm really sorry to hear that. Will it heal by itself or need some medical intervention? I do feel like there may be some medical intervention that needs to happen. It does after the baby is born. But I don't feel it's like so serious. So I feel like it's only like more serious now, or at least it's coming across. Let's say it's being presented as more serious because, you know, baby's in utero, which is what it sounds like. I mean, that's what this is sounding like. I do feel like there will be some, and look, I'm not a doctor. I don't make medical diagnoses, but I don't feel like it's as severe as either they're making it seem or as you're choosing to receive it. Okay? It doesn't seem so serious. I don't feel like your kiddo is going to have issues like their entire life as of this conversation. But I do think there will be some medical intervention. How and to what degree is undetermined to be determined. All right. I hope that helps. Danielle Marie, I'm just wondering, should I continue to pursue the gentleman that I have been talking to, or is there someone else that is on the horizon for me? Well, based on the way you asked your question, if you are choosing to be more masculine, using your masculine energy in relationship, then yes, you could pursue him. But if he's masculine and he's in his masculine energy, he's not going to appreciate being pursued. Men who are in their feminine energy don't mind being pursued. So when you're asking me, should I continue to pursue? I mean, if the guy is receiving you when you're pursuing him, then yes. If you're noticing he's not receiving you, it's time to step into your femininity. Okay, masculine energy tends to be attracted to feminine energy. And I don't care how you sexually identify, we're talking about energy. When you're saying pursue, you're talking about you being in your masculine energy. So that is something to consider. Okay. If you don't want to be in your masculine energy and he's only responding to you when you're being in your masculine energy, you are dealing with somebody who is more in their feminine energy, and you need to be okay with someone who's more feminine. And you be more masculine in order for this to work. If that's something that you are not interested in, then yes, you should be pursued by a masculine energy, and that would be someone else. Okay? Hope that helps. Jane Smith. Hello, Jane. I've been thinking a lot about a guy I recently dated. Ooh, fancy. Should I reach out or just move on? God, I feel like it's, Danielle's question could actually answer your question too. It's like, is your preference being more in your femininity and being pursued, or being more in your masculinity and doing the pursuing? So if you're thinking about this guy and you're in your femininity and you prefer a masculine energy, and he's not stepping up into that masculinity or that masculine role, then I would say it's time for you to move on, and don't, because he's not. You understand? So that is where I would say it's time to move on. So you have to get really ugly honest with yourself. You have to know your energy. You have to know, how do you prefer to operate and what do you prefer to receive? Do you like the masculine energy in a man, or do you like feminine energy in a man? Or do you like a man who can do both? A healthy relationship isn't when a man and a woman anybody really, are in their masculine and feminine energies, and they switch back and forth. So that's that's a question. That is my phone, and I apologize. We're going to turn you down. So that's something that you have to kind of figure out on your own. Should I or shouldn't I? It feels to me like being in indecision is you leaking your energy. So you need to come up with your own answer. I don't tell people what to do. The only advice I can tell you, what I feel like there's a discrepancy in, is what do you want? And you're not being specific enough. So the universe is like, well, we're just going to play around with her until she figures out what she wants. Right? So I hope that helps. Just figure out what it is that you want. Okay, Diane, your question is too vague for this session, so I'm going to have to pass over it. So get more succinct, more laser focused for next week, okay? Noor, hi Terrie, should I take my cats with me when I move out of my parents' place or leave them? I just want what's best for the little guys. I feel like you need to take them with you. Yeah, take them with you. That it definitely feels that way. Spencer's saying hi. So I'm going to say, hey. Hey, Spencer. All right, let's see what Sarah Michelle has to say. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Thank you. Thank you. In what field will my next job be in? Having a hard time trying to find jobs to apply to that will be a good fit for me. I can't answer this question. It's way too vague. What I will say is you got to really get clear with what you want to do in life, what you enjoy doing in your life, what feeds your soul. I don't have time to go into that on this live. So Sarah, just go ahead and just remember, you guys, the more specific you are, the more the universe will be able to give you what you want. So if you're just going to be vague and just kind of bounce around and just like kind of like go, hey, let's see what happens, you know, then life leads you. You don't leave life. Okay. Okay, Vanessa. Hello, Terrie. Hello. My friend and I are going to start a business. Yay. Hopefully a tech company together. Nice. Do you see us thriving together as partners and doing well in this? Yes. However, I do feel like there still needs to be paperwork that is drawn up. So you guys have to be super clear with each of your roles, right? Don't just go in there going, yeah, we're going to have fun. We're going to build a company together. No, your friend is going to be in charge of this and you're going to be in charge of that. You guys should not be in charge of the same things. That is what's coming through. If you're in charge of the same things, it will turn into a power play and that will for sure ruin your business. So I do feel like this business has legs, but each of you has to be in charge of different things. Now that doesn't mean you can't get, advice from each other, but in terms of what you're running and what she's running, two separate things. So it's like you guys are together in business, but each of you are doing separate things. I do not want a power play. Well, I guess it doesn't matter what I want, but I do see potential of power plays at some point as the business grows and becomes more successful. So just make sure you're super clear, get it very in writing, very much in writing. What are you in charge of? What is she in charge of? Okay. Or he. Feels like a she, but he. Okay. Maya Franklin says, hey, Queen. Hey. Okay. Kendra. I hope I'm saying your name right. Kendra. Hi, Terrie. Hi. Am I going to find a love interest? Going to be in a romantic relationship in 2021? It's a good question. I feel like if there is a possibility to the extent that you're desiring from what I'm picking up. Again, this is like, it's really super hard to like to get focused into your exact energy through a live with so many questions and all of that. But I do feel like there will be at least an opportunity, whether it's going to go further past 2021. I can't feel that. It does feel like towards the end of 2021, there could be a potential influencing relationship. I don't think it doesn't feel like you find your person, but an influential relationship, I do feel more towards the end of 2021. Okay, there you go. Kimberly says, thanks so much. Hi, Rebecca. So nice to see you. Taylor Witt. Can I have a quick reading, please, about my love life? That would be a no. We need questions. We need questions. So next week, you can ask a specific question about your love life. Specific. Okay. Chanel McLeod. Oh boy, here we go. Chanel McLeod. Are there any new opportunities coming my way in 2021? Perhaps job. So, that's again a very vague question because there's always opportunities. Always opportunities. Are your eyes open to them? Are you receptive to them? What is your definition of an opportunity? So that's a little bit vague for this kind of reading, okay? So next week, come back with a more specific reading. Alicia Engel says, thank you so much. You're welcome. Hi, Allie. Hey, Spencer. Or Spencer saying Allie. Hi. JV, will I be moving to Spain in the future? That's actually a pretty good question. That's very specific. Will I be moving to Spain in the future? I don't, again, I will say, I don't know what your definition of the future is. My definition of the future is 5 years. And I don't feel like you'll actually be there. I feel like there will be travel back and forth, but in terms of like really planting down your seeds, I don't feel like you might stay there a few months out of the year, but it doesn't feel like you're like really planted there, at least in the next 5 years. But I do feel like back and forth for sure. I feel like there's something business related as well. So there you go. Virgo Sun 1992. Hi, Terrie. How will my parents react if I come out this year? Thank you in advance. Hi. So here's the thing where I get caught because I feel like you got to be you. So the timing is always right for you to be yourself. I just don't feel like they're gonna be so open about it right now. But the question, it's not necessarily the question, but I just feel like they're just not open to it, period. So, I would love for them to be supportive. I really would love for them to be supportive, or let me just say more supportive than how I anticipate them being. And look, I could be wrong. I don't want to say I'm all perfect and I'm all knowing. And definitely in this case, I want to be wrong. But I want you to be you. Like, I don't want you to I don't want you to keep small and for you to not be who you fully are, So, I mean, I would say if you can just use this as a PowerPoint for yourself and just be like, I have to stop being a detriment to myself, right? I have to stop stopping myself. I would prefer you actually go out there and say it and just be like, whatever happens, happens. I hope they would respond better than I feel like they're going to. But, Virgo Sun 1992, there just comes a point where you got to be like, I got to be me. I have to be who I am. And this is who I am. So I hope that goes really well if you do choose to do it. And I got to tell you, there's never a wrong time to be yourself. It's just the fear and the anticipation. So I hope that helps. Spencer, I get anxious and ungrounded in crowds from absorbing everyone's energies. Yes. Do you have any empath protection tips for me? Yes. And then I'm going to be taking one more question after Spencer for today's session. Yes. If you do find yourself absorbing other people's energies, first thing you should always ask yourself is this mine? Is this my feeling or not? Sometimes just in the acknowledgement of that, it goes away, which is like crazy. But it's like as soon as you like acknowledge it and recognize it, it dissipates, right? So that's the first thing. So if you've asked yourself and it is not yours and it's hard for you to release it, what I would do is every morning when I wake up, I shield up. Right. So I just say shields up. Like I like sci-fi. So for me, I try to make this really sci-fi and I put up a shield. I put up a block. Like I only allow some energy to be absorbed by me. Right. So that doesn't mean that negative energy doesn't affect me. I get affected by negative energy. I just can control and balance it because I say, yes, you're allowed, or no, you're not allowed. So the first thing is setting up some sort of protection for yourself and you designate it. Like mine is a plexiglass box. So when I say shields up, it like comes up and it comes around me and then back down. And I want it to be clear, right? Because I'm in control here. I want to see what's happening. I have a little air hole because I want to be able to breathe. And in my mind, if plexiglass is good enough for a bank who, like they put the plexiglass up because it's bulletproof, I figure my box, my shield could be bulletproof too. And this way I have some sort of control. I can see what's going on and allow in whatever energies that I want, and anything that is repelled by me because I'm in control, it leaves. Like I just don't allow it, right? So that's the first part. And then the second part is before I go to sleep, I'll do an energy release. And I'm just like, anything that's not mine has to leave. So it's almost like a bath. Like I clean myself off from that. So, it's something that has to be done with intention, with effort, and on purpose, and over and over and over and over again, and practice. The other thing is, I really don't like to be in crowds, so I just try and avoid them, honestly. So if you can avoid crowds, or you're going someplace where you're knowingly going to have crowds, then you sure as fuck better shield up. And you can shield up several times a day. You don't have to just shield up one time a day. So hopefully that helps. There you go. I hope that helps, Spencer. Just understand that you don't have to, you have some sort of control, okay? You have some sort of control. Not everything has to happen to you. Okay. All right. Last question, you guys. Victoria B. Hi, Terrie. Hello. I just bought my first tarot deck. Congratulations. And I'm so excited. Do you have any tips that could help me through this process of learning tarot? Thanks. Yes. I will tell you, and I do teach tarot. And what I teach my clients, or, my people, I don't know what you want to call them, my tarot readers, I teach them to only use it as a tool, not be dependent on it. And it is just a guide. So I have them break all the rules of how tarot should be read. I don't teach them spreads or anything like that. So my advice to you is to learn how to go rogue and not actually learn traditional tarot. Use the cards, use the pictures, like, for example, right? You can use that, the colors, whatever, as a guide for whatever your own personal lingo and language is. But I personally would not use it as a traditional way of doing it. That is me. That is what I teach people. If you don't like that, do not take this information whatsoever. So in other words, you could do whatever you want with your cards. They're just a tool. It's a guide. You don't have to be dependent on your cards. All right. All right, you guys. That is it for today. Unfortunately, I had full day of readings, and I have some recordings I had to do, and I just have a lot of stuff that's going on. So I wanted to make sure that I still fit everybody in. And so it's a bit of a quickie today, but don't forget, we'll be back next week. And if I skipped over your question because it was too vague, again, it's not because I don't like you. It's not, don't take it personal. It's just that I don't have the time. There's a certain format I've got to follow, and it's like super quick. This is like, yes, 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 no, 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 so it's got to be super quick information. All right. If you want something more detailed, more all of that, you can work with me one-on-one through coaching. You can join my Patreon. We've got a lovely community where we do go more and deep into this kind of stuff. You can have a reading with me. That's what the private one-on-one sessions are for. So this is just really just like quick, get in, get out, very laser focused. All right, you guys. So don't take anything personal if I can't get to your question. It's not because I don't like you. It's not because I don't want to talk to you or anything like that. All right, you guys. All right, stay connected. Stay connected to yourself. Stay connected to me. Stay connected to your friends and family. And I'll see ya on the flip side. Bye, guys.